You make $120,000 a year. You check your bank account the day before payday, and there's $47 left. You're not irresponsible. You're not lazy. You're not broke on paper. But somehow, every single month, it feels tight. You tell yourself, once I get the next raise, I'll finally feel ahead. Then the raise comes, and nothing changes. If that feels uncomfortably familiar, this video is for you. My name is Bruce, and I spend way too much time thinking about why people who make good money still feel broke. If you're someone who earns well but somehow still feels like you're running on a financial treadmill, working hard but never getting ahead, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Look, here's the thing. The problem usually isn't your income. It's the habits attached to that income. And today, we're breaking down 11 poor habits that keep even high earners stuck in paycheck to paycheck mode. And what to do instead. And yes, I'm going to challenge some assumptions early, because most people think if I just make more money, the problem solves itself. It doesn't. 1. Lifestyle inflation disguised as rewarding yourself. You get a raise, you upgrade the car, you get a bonus, you upgrade the apartment, you get promoted, you upgrade your vacations. Here's what most people don't realize. If your lifestyle expands at the same rate as your income, your financial stress stays exactly the same. According to a lifestyle inflation study from the Federal Reserve, nearly 40% of Americans wouldn't be able to cover a $400 emergency with cash. That includes people earning well into six figures. Let's do simple math. You earn $80,000. You spend $75,000. You save $5,000. You get a raise to $100,000. If your spending rises to $95,000, you're in the same exact position. Different number, same stress. Psychologically, this is called hedonic adaptation. Your brain resets to the new normal quickly. The solution? Automate a raise rule. Every time your income increases, commit to saving at least 50% of the increase before you upgrade anything. That's how you turn income growth into wealth growth. 2. Treating credit cards like extensions of income now. You might be thinking, I pay my card off most months. It's fine. But here's where I get really interesting. According to data from Federal Reserve Bank of New York, U.S. credit card balances surpassed $1 trillion recently. And the average interest rate is hovering around 20% plus. 20%. If you carry a $10,000 balance at 22% APR and only make minimum payments, you'll pay thousands in interest. Years of your life gone. Credit cards aren't evil, but psychologically, they detach the pain of paying. When you swipe, you don't feel the loss the same way as cash. This is called payment decoupling. The fix? Use credit cards strategically, not emotionally. If you can't pay it off this month, you can't afford it. Period. 3. No clear financial target. High earners often say, I'm investing. Cool. For what? Retirement? When? Financial freedom? At what number? Without a target, you drift. And drift is expensive. Let's say you want $2 million invested to safely withdraw about 4% annually. That's $80,000 per year, using the commonly cited 4% rule popularized by research from Trinity University. If you're 30 and want that by 60, you need to invest roughly $1,500 to $2,000 per month depending on returns. That's a plan, but most people don't calculate it. They just hope. Hope is not a strategy. 4. Upgrading status instead of assets. Here's a subtle one. You upgrade watches, you upgrade cars, you upgrade neighborhoods, but you don't upgrade investments. According to long-term housing data from Case-Shiller Index, real estate appreciates over time. But luxury cars? They typically lose 20 to 30% of their value in the first year. Look, I'm not anti-nice things, but there's a difference between assets that produce and liabilities that impress. Here's the analogy. Planting a tree versus buying a bouquet. One grows, one dies slowly. High earners often buy bouquets. 5. Not understanding taxes. This is where I see a lot of six-figure earners bleed money. You move into a higher bracket and think, I'm losing all my money to taxes. That's not how progressive tax systems work. Only the dollars above each threshold are taxed at the higher rate. But here's what most people don't realize. Tax strategy can add thousands back into your pocket annually. Maxing tax-advantaged accounts, timing capital gains, utilizing employer matches, these aren't rich people tricks. They're basic literacy. If you're earning $120,000 and not optimizing retirement accounts, you're voluntarily paying more tax than necessary, and that's expensive. 6. Normalizing car payments. Now I'm going to say something slightly controversial. Most high earners are overcarred. According to auto loan data from Experian, the average monthly new car payment in the US has crossed $700. $700, that's $8,400 per year. Invested at 7% over 20 years, that's roughly $350,000. That normal car payment could be a third of $1,000,000 in future wealth. Now you might be thinking, but I deserve something nice. Sure, just understand the trade-off. 7. Confusing income with wealth. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Income makes you feel rich. Assets make you rich. According to surveys from US Census Bureau, median household income is dramatically lower than what social media suggests. But wealth distribution is even more unequal. Many high earners have low net worth because they spend nearly everything they make. Net worth is the scoreboard. Income is just points in a single quarter. 8. Emotional spending after stress. This is where psychology really matters. Bad day at work? You order delivery. Stressful week? You book a trip. You're not bad with money. You're regulating emotion with spending. Behavioral finance research consistently shows that emotional states dramatically influence spending patterns. Spending gives a short dopamine hit, but it doesn't solve the stress. Try this instead. Create a stress buffer account. Even $500 to $1,000 dedicated to guilt-free spending. Boundaries reduce regret. 9. No emergency fund, because I make good money. High earners often assume income equals safety. It doesn't. Job loss at $40,000 hurts. Job loss at $150,000 hurts more, because expenses are bigger. 3 to 6 months of expenses in cash is boring advice, but boring is powerful. Without it, one emergency pushes you into debt. 10. Outsourcing financial responsibility. You have a guy. You have an advisor. You have an accountant. That's fine. But if you don't understand where your money goes, you're vulnerable. Even basic knowledge, expense ratios, fees, risk levels, matters. If someone can't explain your investments in plain English, that's a red flag. You don't need to be an expert, but you need to be literate. 11. Waiting to feel ready. This one is sneaky. I'll start investing seriously when... I'll cut spending when... I'll get organized next month. Here's what most people don't realize. Action creates clarity, not the other way around. You don't feel ready, you become ready by starting. Let me zoom out. According to consumer spending data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, spending rises almost proportionally with income across brackets, which means the problem isn't low income, it's default behavior. This is where I get really interesting. Wealth isn't built on big dramatic decisions. It's built on boring, repeated, slightly uncomfortable discipline. Automate investing, delay upgrades, understand taxes, control lifestyle creep, separate emotion from spending. That's it. I once spoke to someone earning over $200,000 annually. Zero credit card debt, nice house, nice cars, but only $15,000 invested. He said, "I just don't know where it all goes." That sentence is terrifying, because money that isn't directed gets absorbed. We built a simple plan: 20% automatic investing, one paid-off car within 18 months, 6-month emergency fund, no lifestyle upgrade for 3 years. 5 years later, 7-figure net worth trajectory. Same income, different habits. Look, you don't have an income problem. You have a habit leak, and habit leaks compound just like interest. If you plug them now, even 1 or 2, your future self will feel the difference. You don't need to be extreme. You just need to be intentional. Start with 1. Cancel 1 recurring expense. Increase investments by 1%. Delay 1 major purchase by 30 days. Small moves, massive long-term consequences. Because the difference between high earners who stay broke and high earners who build wealth isn't luck, it isn't talent, it's behavior. If this helped you see your money differently, hit subscribe, because we talk about the math and psychology of building real wealth every single week. And remember, making money is impressive. Keeping it is powerful. I'll see you in the next one.